Being kind is a good thing, but too much kindness can sometimes lead to situations where people take advantage of you or manipulate you. Have you ever felt that your kindness has made you vulnerable? If so, this video is for you. We'll talk about this issue and share 7 solutions to help you balance your kindness with taking care of yourself. But before we get into the video, please subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment if there's something on your mind. Self-awareness is crucial in avoiding being taken advantage of because of your kindness. Understanding who you truly are and knowing your limits is a powerful way to prevent others from using you. Kindness is a wonderful quality that makes the world a better and more loving place. However, like any good thing, too much of it can be a problem. People might try to manipulate or take advantage of you. This is where self-awareness becomes your superpower. When you are self-aware, you realize your own value. You understand that your kindness doesn't mean you're weak or an open invitation for others to mistreat you. Becoming like a ship with a compass, you know where you're going and when to say no. You realize that you don't have to be a lighthouse for every lost ship at sea. First, you need to light your own path. If you don't know yourself, you're allowing the winds of circumstances and the opinions of others to steer you without a clear sense of direction. This can lead you to places you don't want to be, doing things that don't align with your true self, simply because someone else thinks it's the right path for you. Regularly assessing yourself helps you stay in tune with your emotions, thoughts, and actions. Understanding what brings you joy, what triggers anger, and what makes you feel used or abused provides crucial insights to navigate your path with clarity and determination. It's essential to pay attention to your body and mind, not ignoring the signals that indicate when something is wrong. Feeling drained in specific situations or around certain people is a clear sign that your body and mind are trying to communicate with you. Additionally, seeking external feedback through honest conversations with those who know you well can bring clarity to blind spots you might have. Spending time alone, whether in meditation or spiritual retreats, allows you to explore the deeper layers of your being, gaining a better understanding of yourself and your true desires. Finally, professional guidance from therapists or life coaches can provide valuable external perspectives and effective techniques to enhance your self-awareness. By knowing who you are, you shield yourself from others attempting to exploit your kindness at your expense. This self-awareness makes you stronger, more determined, and paradoxically, kinder. Genuine kindness, stemming from strength and self-awareness, establishes boundaries that protect you. Now that you've increased your self-awareness, it's time to set boundaries. The second crucial aspect to avoid being taken advantage of due to your kindness is establishing clear and solid boundaries. A boundary isn't a barrier that isolates you from the world. It's more like a horizon that clearly defines where your personal space ends and where others begins. Understanding the importance of personal boundaries is like lighting a lighthouse in a dark and stormy sea. Suddenly you can see clearly where you should go and what you should avoid. Boundaries help you navigate between external demands and your own needs, ensuring you maintain your integrity and prevent others from pulling you in directions that don't benefit you. Many of us were brought up to believe that saying no is somehow rude or selfish. However, in reality, learning to say no when necessary is the ultimate act of self-care. By doing so, you're clearly communicating that you value your time, emotional resources, and overall well-being. Moreover, by setting clear boundaries, you give others permission to do the same, ultimately improving all your relationships. Practicing boundaries may encounter resistance, especially from those accustomed to you always saying yes. This is where your strength and self-awareness truly shine, enabling you to stand firm in your decisions without feeling guilty. Recognize that by honoring your boundaries, you're showing the utmost respect not just for yourself, but also for the people in your life. It's important to understand that setting boundaries is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time thing. You must regularly review and adjust your boundaries based on new experiences and self-discovery. The boundaries that served you in your youth may not be suitable as an adult, and what worked last year might not be appropriate this year. And that's okay, because as a human, you're in a constant state of evolution. So don't be afraid. Setting boundaries doesn't make you less kind or generous. On the contrary, it allows you to love and give in a more authentic and sustainable way. Embrace imperfection. Yes, you heard that right. This may appear contradictory. You might question, isn't my excessive kindness the problem? Shouldn't I aim for perfection to avoid being exploited? Here's the secret. The relentless pursuit of perfection is a trap. It makes you more vulnerable to being used because you never feel good enough, and you get caught in a cycle of giving more and more to prove yourself. In life, perfection is an illusion, a mirage always dancing just out of reach. The harsh truth is that sometimes kindness can be misinterpreted, used, or completely ignored. No matter how hard you try, not everything is under your control, not every flaw is yours to fix, and not every burden is yours to carry. It's essential to understand that your worth doesn't diminish due to someone's inability to see it. You don't need to be perfect to be respected. You have the right to make mistakes, to put your needs first, to say no, and to not be everything to everyone and still be entirely worthy of love and respect. Accepting imperfection not only frees you, but also frees others to be themselves. By doing so, you open the door to more authentic relationships, real connections, and a kind of kindness that nourishes both the giver and the receiver emerge when you embrace imperfection. This gives you the power to live in the present, to act based on your principles rather than your fears, and to be kindly firm instead of just nice. It's crucial to accept that not everyone will understand or appreciate your kindness. However, that doesn't mean you should stop being who you are. On the contrary, it means you should be even more of who you are, but with wisdom and courage, in a way that honors your own boundaries and needs. Think of healthy boundaries as the walls of a garden you've lovingly cultivated. This garden represents your emotional life, your aspirations, your overall well-being. It's a space of serenity, peace, and growth. If the walls are too low or non-existent, anyone or anything toxic can enter and ruin what you've built. This is where the importance of establishing a healthy boundaries culture comes in. Boundaries aren't barriers that isolate you from the world. They are limits that allow you to interact with it in a more meaningful and healthy way. They express what you're willing to tolerate and what you find unacceptable. Establishing boundaries is an act of self-love. By defining these boundaries, you create a space where your kindness can flourish without being exploited. Knowing where your line in the sand is frees your emotional and mental energy to interact more meaningfully with those who genuinely value your space and time. It's not about cutting off all relationships that don't offer something in return. Instead, it's about being aware of the balance in your relationships. You can be kind to everyone, but intimate only with those who truly respect your kindness and reciprocate it in some way. Cultivating a culture of healthy boundaries allows you to interact more meaningfully with those who share your values and desires for authenticity and generosity. It doesn't mean cutting off all relationships that don't immediately reciprocate. It means being aware of the balance in your relationships. You can be kind to everyone, but truly intimate only with those who genuinely respect your kindness and reciprocate it in some way. Don't be afraid to take control of your garden, to plant flowers instead of thorns, and let these walls provide the freedom to fully enjoy your life in an environment of mutual respect and genuine emotional exchange. Empowered authenticity is more than a buzzword. It's a life philosophy that transforms your kindness into an unstoppable force instead of an exploitable weakness. Living with empowered authenticity means being completely in tune with your true self, without the masks we often wear to please others or conform to societal expectations. This conformity mask is what often allows others to take advantage of your kindness. When you act authentically, you become less susceptible to manipulation and exploitation. Your kindness becomes an extension of your true self, not a mechanism for gaining approval or avoiding conflict. Being authentic empowers you to make clear requests, set boundaries, and follow your own path with determination and courage. You won't be distracted by the desire to fit in or the fear of rejection. You won't see yourself through the distorted mirror of others' expectations. Instead, you'll be the architect of your own life, building a future that reflects your values, aspirations, and, of course, your intrinsic kindness. It's as if your kindness becomes a brilliant beacon, attracting people and opportunities that resonate with your authentic self. People who may have been drawn to your vulnerability in the past will now be repelled by your strength. Certainty and personal power. Don't underestimate the power of empowered authenticity. It's the foundation that transforms your kindness from an easy target into a force to be reckoned with. I invite you to live your life with courageous authenticity, to assert your power and allow your kindness to manifest in its highest and most powerful form. This is the path to a life of meaning, purpose, and mutual respect. Conscious reciprocity. We live in an interconnected world where our actions have an impact, whether large or small, on the lives of others. Kindness is not a one-way street. It's an energetic exchange between you, the universe, and the people around you. Conscious reciprocity means recognizing and fostering relationships and situations where kindness, respect, and support flow in both directions. It's not just about being kind, it's about being open to receiving kindness. Receiving is also an act of love, and it allows others to experience the gift of giving. This concept may seem simple, but it has a profoundly transformative impact. By applying conscious reciprocity in your life, you create a virtuous circle of positive energy. When you realize that you have the power to choose with whom and how you interact, you start attracting more people who share your values and desires for authenticity and generosity. This doesn't mean you should cut off all relationships that don't offer something in return. Instead, it means being aware of the balance in your relationships. You can be kind to everyone, but intimate only with those who genuinely respect your kindness and reciprocate it in some way. Conscious reciprocity is like a lighthouse that guides the right people to you and repels those who only seek to take advantage of your kindness. By implementing this powerful practice in your life, you not only avoid being used, but also enrich your life with more meaningful and satisfying relationships. Remember that kindness is a formidable force, and its true power is revealed when applied with wisdom, authenticity, and awareness. Conscious reciprocity is the final but no less important pillar that will help you live a life of empowered kindness. In this life, I assure you, you'll find not only respect and dignity, but also happiness and a sense of purpose that will elevate you to heights you never thought possible. Learn to ask for help. If you're one of those inherently kind people, you probably often find yourself on the front lines of aid, always ready to lend a hand or offer a compassionate ear. But have you ever stopped to wonder if you're allowing yourself to receive the help and support you need? If not, this point is crucial for you. For many, the simple act of asking for help can be distressing. You might think you're imposing, being a burden, or even showing weakness. It's time to reframe this thinking. Asking for help is, in fact, one of the strongest and most courageous actions you can take. It's an acknowledgement of your own humanity and an invitation for others to engage in your life in a meaningful way. When you refrain from asking for help, you're not just doing a disservice to yourself, you're also depriving those around you of the opportunity to demonstrate their kindness and capacity to assist. In many cases, people want to help. They just don't know how until they're asked. Through this sharing, deeper connections are formed, relationships are strengthened, and a more robust community is created. If you still find it challenging, consider this. Asking for help is not a one-way contract, and it doesn't mean you'll always be on the receiving end. It's a balanced exchange in which you may need help today and offer it tomorrow. It's a cycle of giving and receiving that strengthens relationships and builds a reliable support network. So the next time you feel overwhelmed and can't handle it all, remember that it's okay to ask for a little help. By doing so, you'll not only find relief from your burdens, but also a deeper connection with the people around you. This simple act can change the way you see yourself and your place in the world, allowing you to be kind without being exploited. In conclusion, we've completed our journey today by exploring 7 key points to protect yourself from being manipulated due to excessive kindness. But I want you to remember something very important. Being kind is not a weakness. It's one of the greatest human strengths. Your ability to show love, understanding, and compassion is a gift both to yourself and the world around you. You don't need to stop being kind. You simply need to learn to be kind in a way that also respects and honors your genuine kindness. Empowered kindness. Empowered kindness not only enhances the lives of others, but also your own. When you apply the principles we've discussed today, you're not just defending yourself from people who may want to take advantage of you, you're also attracting more meaningful and fulfilling relationships into your life. If you felt inspired, motivated, or simply more aware after this video, I invite you to subscribe to this channel.